Hi, this is John Mayfield with realestatesalesmeetings.com, here to talk about this week's sales meeting, 6 Rules of Effective Communication. Now, keep in mind, as a member of realestatesalesmeetings.com, you not only get access to the PowerPoint slideshow we'll be using, but you will also get a detailed talking points outline and a handout for your agents to use during the meeting. If you're a general business and you're interested in some of our sales meetings, we have easysalesmeetings.com, and I'll have more information about both of those programs at the conclusion of this sales meeting. Now, the meeting objective is to help you learn how to overcome the communication barriers that block understanding and negotiation, and how to improve the delivery of your message to win more sales. Starting out the meeting, I think it's always fun to do something a little different, and I had some resume bloopers I found off the internet. I think these are kind of interesting and fun as far as communication is concerned. How about this? Responsibility makes me nervous. They insisted that all employees get to work by 8:45 every morning. Well, I couldn't work under those conditions. Sounds like somebody you've hired before. I don't know. I hope not. Was met with a string of broken promises and lies, as well as cockroaches. This is one of my favorite ones. I was working for my mom until she decided to move. The company made me a scapegoat, just like my 3 previous employers. And being in trouble with the law, I moved quite frequently. And the last one, in my last position, got nowhere as part of a 60-person herd. Consequently, I did not give the company my full effort and received no chance of advancement in return. Okay, well, we can all communicate differently at different times, but I love what Mark Twain said. He said, the difference between the right word and the almost right word is the difference between lightning and the lightning bug. Well, we're going to talk about communication, vocabulary, nonverbal communication, and really get your agents and your team members to think about how they communicate during the negotiation process. I have some information in your outline to talk about this particular chart and how children really begin to start putting their vocabulary together at 12 months of age, and look at that, all the way up to 6 years. They've got 2,562 words in their vocabulary on average. Now, here are some questions to ask your team members, and just spend some time talking to them about what they feel is hard during the negotiation process, and if communication is either easy or difficult for them. And spend a little time allowing them to talk about some of these questions. And then the final question there, I think, is an important one, in that, is it always words that play an important role in communication and negotiations? Sometimes sales associates think that it's the words we say that play the biggest role in the negotiations process. And as we'll find out, words play a very, very minor part in communicating and negotiations. Now, I want to remind everyone that this meeting is adapted from an article by John Patrick Dolan entitled Simplify Negotiations with 6 Rules of Effective Communication. It was in the Real Estate Professional magazine in March of April of 2008. And you can visit John Patrick Dolan's websites at negotiatelikethepros.com and dolanlawoffices.com. You can also reach John at 1-800-859-0888. I have been in touch with Mr. Dolan via email. We plan to do a conference call soon, and hopefully can get some information up for the members of our websites via a podcast where you can hear some more from Mr. Dolan regarding negotiations. Well, Mr. Dolan gives us 6 various ways to help us with communicating and negotiations, and we've got those 6 points that you can run through with your group. In their handout, they can fill in the blanks on all 6 of these points, and then we'll dive right into each point and talk about rules 1 through 6. Organize your thoughts, very important to do, as well as asking your group this question. Rule number 2, don't think about it, but think through it. And I give you a little case study that you can go over with your agents and ask them, how would you think through this situation? Also, ask if anyone else has some great ideas or some good ideas on how they think through situations during negotiating, and let them voice those opinions. Remember, adult learners love to participate and help solve problems. Rule number 3, recognize that actions speak louder than words. Now, a minute ago, I told you that a lot of times sales associates think it's all about words. Unfortunately, words play such a small role in the communication and negotiation process. Look at this. 55% of communication is through facial expressions and body expressions. 38% is through the tone and inflection of the voice. It's only 7% through the words we use. So it's important for your group to understand that nonverbal communication plays a key aspect in the negotiation process. Rule number 4, be concise. I've got some information for you to cover during that particular point of the meeting, as well as Rule 5, translating your message into benefits for the other party. And we list several questions that you can go through with your group to talk about those particular points. Finally, Rule 6, listen carefully to the other party. And Mr. Dolan gives us several great ideas on how we can listen, such as making a commitment to listen, being open, listen for feelings, eliminate distractions, turn off the radio, close the door, very important things to do, as well as to respond to the other party with questions. And then don't forget to take notes and keep those points in mind as you formulate your responses. Well, to recap your meeting, go through those 6 points again that Mr. Dolan gives us for communicating and negotiating effectively. Very important for your group to understand and to realize. I have a couple of closing stories that are optional if you want to use, as well as a closing quote. A sharp tongue and a brilliant mind are never found in the same skull. Well, if you like this meeting, we would love to have you as a member of realestatesalesmeetings.com. Go out to our website, check us out. If you're a car dealership or some other type of business that is constantly looking for some ways to motivate your sales staff and people, check us out at easysalesmeetings.com. We have lots of great meetings there to help you motivate and encourage your team members to be the best they can be. Best of all, you're only spending pennies a day for me to help prepare your sales meetings and to make you look professional and on top of the game as the leader of your organization and your weekly or monthly sales meeting. Thanks so much for watching this YouTube video. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you check us out at realestatesalesmeetings.com or easysalesmeetings.com.